Hello everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into some of the most extraordinary and often bewildering phenomena our planet has to offer. Have you ever heard tales of the sky raining down more than just water? Prepare to be amazed as we explore places where it has genuinely rained fish, spiders, and even what appeared to be blood. First, let's talk about the incredible instances of fish falling from the sky. Imagine stepping outside after a storm to find fish flopping on the ground. This isn't a myth, it's a rare but documented event. The most common explanation involves waterspouts or strong updrafts, often associated with powerful thunderstorms. These intense columns of air can lift small aquatic animals, like fish or frogs, from bodies of water, carry them for miles, and then drop them back to Earth when the storm loses energy. Places like Honduras, even have a local legend, an annual festival celebrating Lluvia de Peces, or the rain of fish. It's a powerful testament to the sheer force of nature. Fish raining from the sky. It's a truly bizarre and fascinating occurrence, and while it might seem impossible, there's a perfectly logical, albeit powerful, scientific explanation behind it. So, how exactly do fish end up falling from the clouds? Let's unravel this mystery. The most common and widely accepted explanation for raining fish, or other small aquatic animals like frogs or even worms, involves powerful weather systems, specifically waterspouts or strong updrafts within severe thunderstorms. Imagine a tornado, but instead of forming over land, it forms over a body of water like a lake, pond, or even the ocean. This is what we call a waterspout. A waterspout is essentially a rotating column of air and water mist that extends from the base of a cumuliform cloud to the surface of the water. These powerful vortices act like giant vacuum cleaners. As the waterspout intensifies and touches down, its incredibly strong suction can lift vast amounts of water, along with anything swimming or living within that water. This includes fish, eels, frogs, and other small aquatic creatures. They get caught up in the powerful updraft and are carried high into the atmosphere, sometimes for miles. Once these creatures are lifted into the cloud, they can be transported a considerable distance, often over land, before the waterspout or storm system begins to weaken and dissipate. As the rotational energy of the waterspout decreases, or as the storm loses its intensity, the strong updraft can no longer sustain the weight of the water and the creatures it carried. What happens next is quite dramatic. The fish, along with the water, are released from the cloud and fall back to Earth, often accompanied by rain, creating the surreal spectacle of raining fish. It's important to note that the fish usually fall dead or stunned, having been subjected to extreme pressure changes, lack of oxygen, and the sheer force of being tossed around. This phenomenon is relatively rare, but it has been documented in various parts of the world, from Australia to Honduras, often during or immediately after severe storms. While it might seem like a miracle or a prank, it's a powerful reminder of the incredible and sometimes bewildering forces at play in our natural world. While perhaps a more unsettling thought for some, this phenomenon is also rooted in natural processes. Young spiders, particularly, have a fascinating dispersal technique called ballooning. They release silk threads into the air, which catch the wind, allowing them to travel vast distances. When atmospheric conditions are just right, or a strong updraft carries a large number of these ballooning spiders high into the sky, they can eventually fall back to the ground en masse, creating the illusion of a spider shower. It's less about rain and more about a mass aerial migration. It genuinely looks like spiders are falling from the sky. But before you start picturing giant tarantulas parachuting down, let's get into the fascinating science behind this incredible event. So, what exactly is raining spiders? It's not actually spiders forming in clouds and falling with raindrops. Instead, it's a mass dispersal event, often called ballooning. This is a common way for many small spiders, especially spiderlings, to travel long distances. They climb to a high point, like a fence post or a tall blade of grass, release strands of silk into the air, and let the wind carry them away. Think of it like a tiny, living parachute. Recent research even suggests that spiders might be harnessing electrostatic forces in the atmosphere to aid their flight, sensing electric fields and using them to generate lift. It's an astonishing display of natural engineering. They do this primarily to find new habitats, escape overcrowded areas, or flee from unfavorable conditions like floods. This is why you often hear reports of raining spiders after heavy rains or in areas prone to flooding. as spiders are forced to evacuate their ground-level homes en masse. While it can certainly be startling to see thousands of tiny spiders drifting through the air or covering the landscape in a blanket of silk, it's important to remember that this phenomenon is generally harmless to humans. The spiders involved are typically very small, and the vast majority are not dangerous. They're simply trying to survive and find a new place to call home. It's a testament to their incredible adaptability and resilience. From an ecological perspective, ballooning is crucial for spider populations. It allows them to colonize new territories, maintain genetic diversity, and continue their vital role in controlling insect populations across different ecosystems. So, the next time you hear about or even witness what looks like raining spiders, remember it's not a scene from a horror film, but rather a breathtaking display of nature's ingenuity and the remarkable journey of these tiny arachnids. It's a reminder of how much wonder there is in the natural world, even in the most unexpected places. Thank you so much for joining me today on this fascinating journey into the world of raining spiders. Finally, let's address the most dramatic of these occurrences, rain that appears to be blood. While the thought might conjure up ancient prophecies, the scientific explanation is far more grounded, and thankfully, not nearly as ominous. Blood rain is typically caused by dust, sand, or even microalgae particles being swept up into the atmosphere by strong winds. These particles, often reddish in color due to iron oxides, mix with water droplets in clouds. When the rain falls, it carries these colored particles down, staining everything a reddish hue. Imagine waking up to find the world outside painted in an unexpected hue, with raindrops falling not clear, but crimson, orange, or even a dusty brown. It's a sight that has historically sparked wonder, fear, and countless myths across cultures. But what exactly causes this striking transformation? Let's unravel this celestial mystery together. At its heart, red rain is often a story of distant journeys and atmospheric artistry. One of the most common explanations involves dust, carried thousands of miles by powerful winds. Picture vast deserts, like the Sahara in Africa or the Arabian Peninsula. When strong winds sweep across these arid landscapes, they lift enormous quantities of fine dust particles high into the atmosphere. These tiny specks, rich in iron oxides, are then transported across continents and oceans. When these dust-laden air masses encounter rain clouds, the dust acts as condensation nuclei, or simply gets washed out of the sky by the falling precipitation. The result? Raindrops that are no longer clear, but stained with the color of the earth from faraway lands. This is why you might see red rain in parts of Europe, the Caribbean, or even North America, all thanks to dust originating from the Sahara. The intensity of the color can vary, from a faint reddish tint to a vivid, almost blood-like downpour, depending on the concentration and type of dust. However, dust isn't the only culprit behind this vibrant spectacle. In some extraordinary cases, red rain has been attributed to microscopic organisms. Perhaps the most famous example occurred in Kerala, India, in 2001, where the rain was so intensely red it stained clothes and buildings. Scientists initially speculated about meteor dust, but later research suggested the presence of microscopic spores from a terrestrial alga, Trenchoplia annulata*, which has a reddish pigment. These spores, light enough to be carried into the atmosphere, then mixed with rainwater, creating the dramatic crimson showers. This particular event sparked a great deal of scientific debate and fascination, highlighting the diverse ways nature can surprise us. While red rain can certainly be an alarming sight, especially if you're unfamiliar with its causes, it's important to remember that it's a natural phenomenon, usually harmless. It's a powerful reminder of how interconnected our planet truly is, demonstrating the incredible reach of atmospheric currents and the delicate balance of our ecosystems. From the vast deserts to the microscopic life forms, each element plays a part in painting these extraordinary skies. It encourages us to look up, to question, and to appreciate the complex beauty of the world around us. A famous example is the red rain phenomenon observed in Kerala, India, which was initially thought to be extraterrestrial, but was later scientifically attributed to airborne spores from a local algae. It's a vivid reminder of how atmospheric conditions can paint the world in unexpected ways. These extraordinary events, from fish falling to red-tinted downpours, are not supernatural occurrences, but rather fascinating demonstrations of our planet's dynamic weather systems. They remind us of the incredible power and complexity of the atmosphere, and how much there is still to learn and appreciate about the world around us. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the bizarre and beautiful wonders of our natural world. If you found this as captivating as I did, please consider giving this video a like and subscribing for more explorations into the amazing phenomena that shape our planet. Until next time, keep looking up.